Hello, this is my eighth English diary, and I just finished watching a movie. I think it was produced in 2004, and it's the first 50 First Dates, which I think was very famous movie. Uh, So the story was happened in on the island of Hawaii. Yes. Uh, and there is one word always appeared in the movie, which was the aloha. And actually, I've heard that a lot in the cartoon. Um, I don't know how to put it in English. The name of the cartoon, I think it will be Stika. I'm not very sure. Yeah. So Hawaii is a kind of a place where a lot of hurricanes will happen, and because it was a small island, in the middle of Pacific Pacific Ocean. So I've always wanted to go to Hawaii since like I was very young, because I've seen a documentary talking about Hawaii, how beautiful, how astonishing scenery in Hawaii. So let's go come back to the story. So 50 First Dates is a typical love story or romantic movie, and it it talks about one girl naming Lucy happened to have a car accident, and because of that car accident, she lost a function of her brain, and she can't transfer short memory to long memory, which means she repeated the same day, and every day for her is a new day, is a fresh day. She can't remember uh, any days past. And the guy, the main guy in the movie, is like a staff in the how to put it, the place where you can see a lot of sea animals. I think it's called oh, sorry, I can't remember. So he is a kind of vet in that place, and he is also a very romantic guy, always hanging out with the tourists, female tourists. And at the beginning of the movie, the director want to show his romantic characteristics, or personality of this guy. So the director just let a lot of girls talk about their journey in Hawaii with one guy, and they all had a very fantastic experience with this guy. And I think that scenery, that part wants to show how romantic, how good the guy was in love relationships. So such a guy, so how so you can imagine such an romantic guy, how could he fall in love with a girl? But it's it's just because of a movie. It's a movie, right? So one day when he went to a breakfast store, a restaurant, to and he just met Lucy in the restaurant during the breakfast time, and he crazily just fell in love with Lucy. And the next day, when he came to the restaurant again, as what they have as their like committee, he's they make the promise that they will meet the next day. So he came to the restaurant again the next day, but unfortunately Lucy definitely can't remember him. So he was very shocked at the first, and the owners of that restaurant actually was the best friend of Lucy's mother. So she want to the restaurant owner wanted to protect Lucy. So at firstly, she just persuaded this guy, don't touch Lucy, or don't get close to Lucy, because Lucy will get hurt sometime maybe. But because of movie, it's a movie, so the guy think a lot of approach to get close to Lucy, to get to know Lucy every day. Um, you can't explain the reason why such a romantic guy would fall in love with Lucy suddenly. I think maybe because Lucy has a kind of characteristics of being naive, being purely some kind of yeah. So that's that's the different that's the difference between Lucy and other girls he had met before. Um, and mm, there is one female tourist who want to you know find some fun during their vacation. So so I think Lucy just show a very different characteristics. mm, yeah. And although this guy was frightfully disciplined at romantic relationships, but um, he I think he fall in love. He fell in love with Lucy, and and in order to help Lucy, um, Henry just made a video to remind Lucy that they are a couple, they are lover, and he loves her a lot, and also Lucy loves him. So every morning, I think they will show Lucy the videos, the tapes, and but yeah. So because of they want to help Lucy, but because of but in order to help Lucy, Henry had to suspend his like dream journey to dream journey, which is dream journey that he pretended to go to like sailing on the sea to observe the mammal animals. One kind of mammal animals. Sea elephant? No, I can't remember the name of the animal. And one day, when Lucy was watching the tape, but and Henry was talking about the doctor, about his journey, his previous plan for his journey. Lucy happened to hear about their conversation about how Harry quitted his plan his plan. Yeah, that's where I'm watching. I don't know what will happen next, but if I'm not mistaken, I watched this movie before, but actually I really can't reflect any clue of what will happen in the next. But let's see. I will update the information of the movie tomorrow, maybe, if I can finish the movie. Yeah. Goodbye.